So Dad has basically discharged himself from hospital.
Oh, you're joking.
I had a phone call from my dad's girlfriend. She was very distressed. She said he'd fallen over. He was in a really bad way after drinking too much. So I left mine. I picked my mum up en route to see Dad, and what I walked into was horrific. Half of his face was completely black and bruised. He couldn't see out of his eye. He'd been sick everywhere. He just looked awful. We'd called an ambulance. So he went into hospital for a couple of days. We'd been chatting to him, speaking to the nurse. Everything was kind of going okay. And then I get a phone call from the hospital that Dad had discharged himself. I've had like the nurse on the phone that's looking after him, and she said that he was very confused. She said they tried to stop him, but she said he was getting very agitated. She said we called security, but there was nothing. He was very adamant about leaving, but she said the thing that she's worried about the most is that he's wandering around, obviously somewhere outside the hospital, and he's very confused.
I'm gonna go and find him. I've got to take this call.
I just really need Greg to find Dad because I'm really worried about his safety. It's draining, isn't it? It's like because you feel like, sorry. Just feel like you can't help him. It's just like you feel helpless, don't you? Like you don't know what to do. It's like, do you know what I mean? It's so bad, but obviously even with rehab, only he can, like, only he could be, we can't force him to go, only he could be the one to actually, like, be willing to go and want to get better. But I feel like, it feels like impossible, doesn't it, for him to want to do that at the minute? Which I think that's like the hardest thing, isn't it? Because I don't know, it's just so draining. Oh, it's Dad.
You all right?
Hi, Dad.
He's here somewhere.
Who, Greg?
Yeah, you better hurry up. Tell him what, Asda, you know Asda, car park.
Asda car park. Just stay in one spot, Dad.
I can't. There's about 20 geezers after me. And the police are saying it's the same as I've escaped from hospital.
What, are the police there?
I was running away. I could hear the police in some market going, do you know David Chatwood? He's a lunatic escaped from hospital.
But Dad, you know what that is? That's just, I spoke to the nurse. I think it's because obviously they're secure.
Don't listen to her. She's a lying. All right? Honestly.
He was in this whole other world, like everything he was saying was just mad. And you know when you're really trying to make sense, and obviously Greg straight away went to find him.
He believed.
It was the first
what he was
time,
saying.
yeah, the first time with my dad that I thought, I actually thought he'd lost it. Like, I just thought, like, what has happened to him? I'll call Greg now.
Straight away and get me out of here.
All right, okay. All right, love you.